In this episode, we're reviewing this beautiful Ferrari F355. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name's Simon. I've got a back catalogue of about 160 videos featuring a Maserati Gran Turismo, an Audi R8, a Mercedes SL55 and a Ferrari 360 Modena. It'd be great to have you as a subscriber. So in this episode, we're going to be looking at this beautiful Ferrari F355 from 1997. Really is one of Ferrari's classic designs. This particular model has only 36,000 kilometers on the clock and is fitted with that beautiful 6-speed gated manual transmission. So in this video, we're going to be having a look around the outside, having a look through the interior and the cabin, and then getting it out on the road for a test drive. So let's go. So the Ferrari F355 was first released in 1994 and was an evolution of the predecessor model, the 348. The styling here is just a perfect blend between the angular style of the earlier cars and the more curvaceous style of the later cars, really just taking the best aspects of both and just coming up with a design that was absolutely beautiful to look at and timeless in its design. The F355 is so named because it has a 3.5 litre V8 engine and was the first car in the Ferrari range to have 5 valves per cylinder, hence the 355. This was a slight increase in capacity from the previous model, which had a 3.4 litre V8. So some of the styling cues that you can still see, still of the era of the pop-up headlights, which is rather nice in this day and age. Those very classic 5-spoke alloys. The intakes on the side for the engine air, very stylish. The door handles are actually located underneath here to open the door. Beautiful styling by Pininfarina. The quad pipes matching the quad tail lights beautifully, with the prancing horse proudly displayed on the rear, and the GTS badging there indicating that this is actually a Targa top, so provides really the best compromise between a coupe and a spider, because you have a a fixed hard roof area that you can remove from here. It stows behind the back seats here, so you've got the best combination of sound insulation when the roof is on, but also you can still enjoy that open top driving experience. Just lift up the catch to open the engine, and here we see the longitudinally mounted V8 engine. So it's a dry sump system, which means that the engine is mounted nice and low in the car for better stability and handling. This car's actually just had a major service, so cam belts have been done and lots of other stuff that's been done recently, so really there'll be nothing else to spend on this beautiful car. Opens from the back, a reasonable size. It's got all the original leather books there and the toolkit. Perfectly usable size for a weekend away. So having a look at the interior, first thing you notice, it has one of these fly-off hand brakes, so you have to lift it up and then put it down again, and then when you put it on, you pull to put it on and then push down again, so it doesn't get in the way when you're getting into the car. And you're presented with a beautiful set of clear instruments. It's done just 36,000 kilometers. Got your temperature, fuel gauge and a clock there. It's got an aftermarket head unit in it, with a remote control just here, so allows the passenger to control the it's displaying some interesting graphics there. Really, for the purists, one of the most striking features of this car is the gated 6-speed manual, which is an absolute joy to drive. We'll get it out on the road in a minute and experience this. So you've got switches here for lock and unlock, heated rear window, your fog lights, and this was one of the first cars to have adjustable dampers controlled by this switch here. Got your air conditioning controls there and your mirror controls. So a very clean and tidy interior. Seats are in excellent condition. Nice and supportive backs. Electric window controls on the door cards. Very plain steering wheel, no clutter, no buttons, just the horn controls under the thumb there. Just a very, very clean cabin, very pleasant place to sit, and in really, really excellent condition, given this car is now 23 years old. It has been looked after magnificently. So now we've had a look around the inside and the outside of the 355. Let's get it out on the road and see what it's like to drive. So, driving the F355. It's a great experience. There's something very pure about it. Uncluttered. There's no distractions. It's just pure driving experience. Especially with this 6-speed manual gearbox. It is Such a great experience to drive a car like this. It doesn't feel hugely fast, which is what you'd expect, but that doesn't detract from the experience of driving this car. It's not about overall speed or acceleration. It's about the experience and the special feeling you get when you're driving a car like this. Especially snicking the gears through that open gated shifter. It's really something special. And they didn't actually make that many of the Targa top versions with the manual transmission. Most of them came with the F1 automated manual. So this is quite a rare car. So I've put the Targa top back on. It's something that you can do, one person can do very easily. It's very simple, just a couple of clips at the front. And it's such a hot day in Sydney today that I can't stand the sun. I'll get burnt to a crisp. So I've got the air conditioning on. It does work nicely, nice cool air coming out. But it's put the Targa top back on just to keep the sun off. It's going to be one of the hottest days in Sydney today, so I had to get out nice and early before it got too hot, but it was still extremely hot even at 9 o'clock in the morning. But when you're looking at a car of this age, 23 years, you really do have to view it as a classic and treat it like one, really. This is probably not something you'd want to drive every day. It's something you drive special occasions, on the weekends, when the weather's good. Perfect. This car feels, nice and tight. Obviously with the Targa top, it tends to have a little bit more flexing in the body than the coupe, but it's still very well controlled. Not a problem at all. The steering is nice and tight and precise. The brakes are good. Clutch is pretty smooth actually. It's not too heavy. It's lovely snicking through these gears, changing up a gear and hearing the sound of that engine. This amazing little V8 engine. It's only 3.5 litres. Very short stroke, means that it revs to 8,500 revs on the red line. It really does sound amazing up at that kind of revs. Great sound. It really does come to life in the upper rev ranges. A lot of fun, lot of fun. Great car, absolute classic. Beautiful to drive, but also a great investment as well. If you want a little weekend blaster, this would be a great choice. Absolutely great choice. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video with the F355. It's a fantastic car, I hope you'll agree. It's interesting to do a comparison between the 355 and my 360, which is obviously the generation after this. There are some things which I prefer about this one, the simplicity and the clean lines and everything like that, but I think On balance, I think the 360 for me personally is probably a slightly better option, because this obviously is a very expensive engine out service every 3 years to do those cam belts, and so the 360 is the first car that doesn't require you to take the engine out for that cam belt service. So I think from my perspective, the 360 is probably the one that I would go for. These are actually quite a lot more expensive than the 360s now. They start at about 160,000 and they go up to $300,000 plus. It's extraordinary. So hoping the 360 will follow suit in that kind of appreciation. But for me, 360 is the one that I've got, and I'm enjoying it. But this 355, it's been an absolute pleasure to experience driving this model and being able to do a comparison. Let me know what you think in the comments. Which would you choose? Would you choose a 355 or a 360? Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that, and this, and here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.